Hotel assistant manager killed in Runaway Bay. An investigation has been launched into the fatal shooting of the assistant manager of a hotel in St. Anne early Wednesday morning. The victim, 37-year-old Oden Lewis, reported work at the Royal Cameron Hotel in Runaway Bay, St. Anne. Lewis reportedly drove home to Cox Heath, Runaway Bay about 1:20 a.m. and was in the process of closing his gate when he was attacked. He was taken to the St. Anne's Bay Hospital where he was pronounced dead. No official motive has been established for Lewis' death. The St. Anne's Bay Criminal Investigations Branch is probing the matter. Man killed by police following New Year's Day gun salute. A man was reportedly shot and killed by police after a gun salute on New Year's Day in St. Andrew. The incident occurred in a section of Bone Hall called Duppy Gully sometime after midnight. The man remains unidentified. Reports are that after being shot and injured, the man ran, leaving behind an illegal firearm. His body was later found during a search of the area. The Independent Commission of Investigations Indicom is probing the incident. Toronto entertainment fraternity in shock at murder of promoter in Jamaica. Michael Wayne Thompson, a 36-year-old Jamaican-born Canadian dancehall promoter, will never see the face of his unborn child as he was brutally gunned down in the parking lot of a rented Airbnb apartment on Marley Road in St. Andrew last Friday. He had arrived just 2 days earlier to attend entertainment events of his fellow promoters and friends during the festive season. The gangland-style execution has struck the entertainment communities in Jamaica and Canada, sparking a lot of reaction on social media. This is a big shock to us, very tragic. Wayne was engaged and his fiancée is 9 months pregnant. It's a really tough time for her, close friend and fellow Toronto promoter Jason told reporters. Police confirmed that Thompson had been killed in an Airbnb apartment on Friday. Video footage of the murder has been making the rounds on social media. In the footage, Thompson is seen conversing with a man after opening the security gate to allow the man access. After a brief conversation, during which he appeared to give the man a hat, the man opened fire on him, shooting him several times. The man appeared to run off, but then turned back and caught as he delivered a final coup to the wounded Thompson. There is a huge outpouring of grief here in Toronto because he interacted with a lot of people, and it was a shock how he was just killed. It rocked the whole Toronto community, stated his fellow promoters. He was a great promoter, a serial entrepreneur. He was known first as World Order, then World Great, and then recently it was Top Drunk Row because of the clothing line and t-shirt and hat that he had created, he noted. Thompson was described as non-confrontational and humble by his peers in post. He was really humble, very non-confrontational, and he just loved the dancehall culture. He was really enamored with it. He knew a lot of people and no one had anything bad to say about him, his friend stated. Thompson organized events such as Big Breeze and King of the Dancehall and reportedly executed between 8 to 10 events in Toronto each year. He is survived by his son and daughter and the aforementioned unborn child. Scatter Burell responds to Popcorn's onstage remarks at Freedom Street. Dancehall artist Popcorn came out swinging when he hit the stage at Freedom Street at the National Stadium in St. Andrew. Directing his ode at Downtown Entertainment executive and producer Cardes Burell, Popcorn levied a widely recognized Jamaican insult against Burell and his mother. Freedom Street was organized and promoted by Downtown Entertainment. It is unclear where the issue started, but according to Popcorn, it stemmed from the inability to enter the event venue. How you fi have me and chronicler out a door 3 hours, can't come in, Popcorn continued. As the insults were hurled, several Freedom Street production team members were seen surrounding Burell. Popcorn said continued, but fellow dancehall artist Chronicler also heard similar insults without mentioning any names. Burell has responded to a statement made by dancehall artist Popcorn during the Freedom Street issue. In a video posted on his Instagram, Burell expressed his concern over the remarks made on stage, particularly as his mother is currently in the hospital. He pointed out the culture of disrespecting promoters on stage. Enough time artists go up on the stage and diss up the promoter and diss up certain people because them know say the promoter have to keep the peace because of them event. and them have everything to lose. He pointed to the inappropriate nature of the statements at Big Freedom Street concern Cartel's return. He did not address Popcorn's claim that he was unable to enter the venue and made to wait for 3 hours. Minister delivers message of true freedom at Freedom Street. As patrons eagerly gathered for the highly anticipated return of dancehall icon Vybz Kartel, one preacher had a different message to share about a Freedom Street of his own. I am here to sensitize people about the second coming of Jesus Christ, and that this Freedom Street is temporary, but true eternal one is in New Jerusalem, stated Godfrey Williams, a member of a Seventh-day Adventist church. When asked if he feels his words will fall on deaf ears, Williams says he's not worried. I know that their focus is on Vybz Kartel, but a seed has been planted, and so maybe by tomorrow, when they wake up, they will remember the word he noted. Freedom Street marks Carter's return to the stage following his release from prison after spending 13 years behind bars for crimes in which he was acquitted by the Court of Appeal in July. Freedom Street has an expectation by many persons. Roles and functions of NAA to be reviewed, says Holness. The role and functions of the National Works Agency NAA are to be reviewed. Prime Minister Andrew Holness indicated that the agency currently is not able to adequately tackle all issues related to the national roads. He said there is a need for an additional unit or an expansion of the NAA. The Prime Minister added that there must be a rapid response to deteriorating road conditions, which could be part of the NAA's mandate. Mr. Holness said decades ago, under then Public Works Department, the government had the internal capacity to respond to road maintenance. Over time, this changed and the process is being contracted out, as this was considered more cost-effective since the government would not bear labor and equipment costs.
The NWA, in its formation, was formed to take over the role of the old PWD structure, and it was also meant to be the national engineers, meaning that they would advise government on engineering matters, but oversee the engineering of major construction projects. But the NWA is now being asked to administer roads, even roads that are not under their jurisdiction. And clearly there are other functions that have arisen under the management of roads, which the NWA was not capacitated to do. So we are going to have to review the role and functions of the NWA and possibly create either an additional unit or expand the NWA. Because the crisis that we face with roads now, the NWA is not sufficient to manage it. That model, in its theoretical sense, makes sense. But in its full applicability to the current situation, we may need to reconsider it. Because even under emergency procurement rules, there is still a lag time between the small formation of a pothole and the mobilization of a contractor when the pothole is this big. So we are going to be looking at what capacity the government needs to retain to be able to respond immediately to the small formation of a pothole before it becomes a large crater. All right? So that is something that we are reviewing.
Big turnout for Color Splash. The highly anticipated Color Splash saw close to 6,000 patrons partying at Nashville in Mandeville, Manchester on Grand Market Night as the event's organizer overcame challenges to pull off the 28th staging of the show. It has been a difficult task, but we pushed through and got the show done by executing it well within the short space of time. This party is for the people, and I always love doing things to benefit this parish Manchester, Color Splash promoter Eden Peart told reporters on Christmas Eve. Peart, more popularly known as Diamond Finger, had been given approval by Manchester Municipal Corporation to stage the event Color Splash on Christmas Eve, following a week of widespread debate and clash with the corporation. This after he moved the event venue from Main Street in Mandeville to Nashville, a few hundred meters closer to the town center, with the support of the renowned Lynn family. Patrons said that they came to enjoy headliners Stark Ashley and Skipper. Stark Ashley, a My Gully native in Manchester, did her second performance on the Color Splash stage last week. I am from Racecourse District, and Stark Ashley is our neighbor, so I know that me and my brother would have a good time and enjoy ourselves, stated Jerome Hamilton. His brother Jardine shared similar sentiments. I am here to support Stark Ashley because she's our neighbor and we have to support her. I have been attending Color Splash for the past 4 years It is a good party that people get to come and enjoy themselves, he stated. Another patron said his friend from another Caribbean country told him about Color Splash. Stark Ashley is my general, real artist. This is my first Color Splash. One of my friends told me about it. He is from Bahamas. I am Jamaican, and him tell me about the party, stated Bob. Peart's brother Ryan Peart, the counsel for the Spurtree division, reiterated his support for his younger sibling. I am really happy to support Color Splash, and going forward, I will always support my brother no matter what. This is one of the biggest staging of Color Splash, stated Councillor Peart. Remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.